أول كانوا بسطاء يعني، فإحنا جينا هني نعلم الجيل الجديد اللي ما يعرف هاي الأشياء، لأني أنا تعلمت من أمي ومن يدتي ومن غيره شلون يسوون هالشيء. فأنا جيت اليوم دوري أنا أعلم الأجيال الجديدة اللي ما يعرفون يعني هالأشياء.
Being on stage is exhilarating. You get to play a role that is not your day-to-day life, so you get to be something else and try and portray it the best way you can. And it's just about put yourself outside your comfort zone, really.
Hello and welcome to Qatar 365 with me, Laila Humaira. On this episode, we raise the curtain on the performing arts scene in Qatar. With a diverse population and a melting pot of cultures, the growth in talent and theatre has been as dramatic as the country's economic development. But first, Adel Halim takes a look at Qatar's folk heritage through an annual festival.
These young boys are taking part in a traditional Qatari sword dance, which dates back to when Bedouin tribes largely populated the country.
طبعا هذا هو الفن العرضة وفن التقليدي، يعني هذا التراث القطري يعني. ومثل ما شفت اليوم معنا الأطفال نحاول نزرع فيهم عاداتنا، عادات أبهاتنا وأجدادنا، يعني عشان ما يندثر الفن مثل ما يقولون.
For Saud Abdullah Al-Dosari, it's essential to keep Qatari traditions alive.
نحاول نعلم الجيل القادم عشان يكون في استمرارية للفن ولأدائه. قديما كانوا يمارسونها نوع كتحفيز للجنود أو للمقاتلين أن يرفعون من روحهم المعنوية. بس يعني خلاص ذاك الوقت انتهى، فلحد الحين احنا مستمرين على احياء هاي الفن. ما شاء الله الشباب كلهم الاغلبيه خبره وفنانين.
Attendees were also treated to a small-scale military parade, which included a performance from the military band and a demonstration of weapon skills. The show highlighted Qatari culture and traditions, both on land and sea, showcasing what life was like in the desert before the discovery of oil and gas.
ما شاء الله في درب الساعي يعني أقسام كثيرة موجودة من تراثنا من هويتنا، يعني سواء فنوننا، أكلنا، البيوت القطرية القديمة، نوعية اللبس، فكل شيء موجود ما شاء الله.
While the Darb al-Sai festivities lead up to Qatar's National Day, the event's special focus on national heritage and identity continues all year long. Through a variety of cultural events, citizens, residents, and visitors alike can enjoy activities that go back generations.
Across the festival grounds, the Al Khor Traditional Art Band is trying to preserve another traditional Qatari art form through music.
أول كان كل شيء يصير في القرى أو شيء أغاني بسيطة أهاديج لما يجون الرجال من القوس، طبعا أول يروحون القوس ويرجعون، فلما يجون شلون يستقبلونهم؟ ما في تلفزيون ولا إذاعات ولا هذه، بالغناء والرديح يعني، ويسوونه يعني في طريقة أن يستقبلونهم الحريم كترحيب فيهم أو فرحانين أو جايين من غزو. أول كانوا بسطاء يعني، فإحنا جينا هني نعلم الجيل الجديد اللي ما يعرف هاي الأشياء، لأني أنا تعلمت من أمي ومن يدتي ومن غيره شلون يسوون هالشيء. فأنا جيت اليوم دوري أنا أعلم الأجيال الجديدة اللي ما يعرفون يعني هالأشياء.
Band leader Mubarak Al-Mohanadi comes from a musical family and takes great pride in keeping the memories of her childhood alive.
يعني جدات أمي أو جدات أمها هم اللي خذوا الفن، يعني نفس تقول أنت الشجرة وفيها أفرع، فطلعوا يعرفون فن إن كان من صوب أبوي أو أمي يعني، وقاموا توارثونه أجيال لين الحين وصلوا. وأنا أتمنى إني أوصله بعد حق عيالنا على أساس إنه ما يندثر صراحة. في ناس يغنون يعني أغاني مال برع، بس مال قطر ما في حد يعرف. طبعا أنا لأن أنا عندي كتاب من أمي وحافظه، لأني يعني كنت مع أمي يعني عاصرت فنها وكذي، فأنا عرفت. لحقت على الجيلين، ما أقول لك إن أنا كبيرة، لحقت على الجيلين، فلكن الحمد لله تعلمت يعني الحمد لله. فأتمنى إن شاء الله إني أقدر أوصل أو يعني لو شوية من التراث القديم صراحة.
All the world's a stage and all the men and women merely players. Shakespeare couldn't be truer describing the essence of life and the joy of theatre. Here in Qatar, a community theatre group has been coming together to share their love for drama for decades. They call themselves the Doha Players, and I got to go behind the scenes for a look at how a fantasy tale comes to life.
Is this real? Am I dead or am I dreaming?
Andrew Robinson is a teacher by day, but by night, he's an actor in the Doha Players. And for the theatre group's musical production of the children's fantasy book series The Lightning Thief, Andrew is playing Percy Jackson, the lead character.
It's a seashell. Like I said.
Being on stage it's exhilarating. You get to play a role that is not your day-to-day life, so you get to be something else and try and portray it the best way you can. And it's just about put yourself outside your comfort zone, really.
That's also how he got into the world of theatre, without any formal background in the field. But the Doha Players taught him all he needed to know about the performing arts.
The community is very friendly, very welcoming. You get to meet lots of different new people with incredible talents, and you just keep learning off each other, which is lovely. But it's not just people on stage, there's people backstage as well who help out a huge amount.
Established in 1954, the Doha Players found its first home in a pretty unconventional space.
Doha Players was founded from a small group of people at the time, and one of their very first venues at that time was to use a furniture shop in Souq Waqif, and there was a display area where furniture would be laid out during the day, and then in the evening for the shows that would be cleared off, and that provided for a small stage.
Since then, it's put together more than 200 productions from various authors and genres.
From the set design to the costumes, it's all hands on deck for the staging of The Lightning Thief. With opening night being days away, all the finishing touches are being made and everyone at the Doha Players is ready to electrify the audience.
The explosion of talent, creativity and diversity has only grown over the years. The entire theatre group is made up of volunteers. That includes the technical team and all those who work hard behind the scenes, who believe in putting passion over profit.
Doha Players is a community of its people, and these shows are made by all of the individuals that come and join us, and there's a little bit of everybody in the show. And we differ from commercial theatre because each show is everybody's passion project. It just, the heart and the soul that goes into these productions is tremendous.
He's very sorry. Tell the squirrel you're sorry, Percy.
I am sorry.
Those kids have
Maybe if I go and play pinochle for a few hours, things might improve.
With every act, song, and dance, the cast and crew hope that the hours of their hard work not only shines through, but also touches the audience and transports them into their own fantasy world. And at every curtain call, the Doha players bow out, hoping to meet the audience again, spreading their love for theatre and the arts for more years to come.
But what they'll discover is the power of watching a live performance, of being involved in a live audience with a live cast and creating an experience that can't be duplicated anywhere else. To have emotion portrayed that makes you cry, that makes you happy, that makes you joyous, that makes you talk about it for half an hour all the way home, that makes you talk about it with your friends the next day. To have those experiences is what happens here. It's what happens in theatres everywhere, and it's what we make happen here in Doha, and I think that's very special.
From Qatar's traditional performances to modern musical adaptations of fantasy tales, we hope you've enjoyed this episode, but that's all the time we have for now. For more, check out Euronews.com and connect with us through our hashtag. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Qatar 365.